What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, man. Welcome back to another video. And today's video is going to be about the 10 unsolved mysteries of the Bible. I'm a Muslim guy and I don't know much about the Bible, so I'm about to figure out what is unsolved and the mysteries of the Bible. You know, it should be the same thing as the Quran, but who knows? But hey, man, if you gotta do for yourself, enjoying this video, make sure you thumbs it up, subscribe to the channel, want to see more videos from me, of course. Share the video around the web if they're entertaining. Hey, man, without further ado, let's get this video started.
10 Unsolved Mysteries of the Bible.
And by the way, I don't talk through the video. I try to wait to the end, so yeah.
Number 10. Was the Garden of Eden real?
It should be. You know,
there is an
in the
intriguing theory amongst some biblical scholars that the Garden of Eden could have existed in real life, and it wasn't just a symbolic and mythological location. Believers of this theory point to evidence within the creation story in Genesis that could be interpreted as situating the garden in or close to Ethiopia. Genesis 2:13 refers to rivers flowing through Eden, including one called Gihon, which it describes as the same that compasseth all the land of Ethiopia. Adding fuel to this theory is the fact that paleontologists have concluded that Ethiopia was indeed a vastly significant site of human origin. The oldest datable fragment of a human skeleton was discovered in Ethiopia in 2015 in the form of a 2.8 million year old jawbone.
Goodness. They say life started in Africa, so hey, Garden of Eden probably was in Africa.
Number 9. The Lost Tribes of Israel. The two books of Kings speak of the destruction of the kingdom of Israel by the Assyrians in 732 BC.
Okay.
Following this, 10 Israelite tribes relocated to territories in former Mesopotamia, but since then have inexplicably disappeared from the pages of the Bible and history. A variety of communities have laid claim to being descended from these lost tribes, including the Igbo ethnicity in Nigeria, the Falasha Jews in Ethiopia, and the Mormons. Sadly, as DNA studies have been inconclusive, there is no way of validating any of these claims. However, some Christian and Jewish communities believe that when the tribes are found, it will represent the imminent coming of the Messiah.
Yeshua! Yo.
Number 8. The Behemoth.
The Behemoth.
Mentioned in the book of Job is a strange, unfathomable beast called the Behemoth, an impressive creation intended to epitomize the pinnacle of God's power. The creature has been mentioned in various works of literature, including the works of political philosopher Thomas Hobbes and Paradise Lost by John Milton. However, no one is really sure what a behemoth is. In the Bible, the beast is described as a gigantic animal with limbs like rods of iron and a tail like a cedar. Scholars have suggested numerous animals that the behemoth could have been, ranging from hippos or elephants to dinosaurs. However, there's also a chance that the animal could have been a mythological creature, like unicorns, which are also referred to in the Bible.
Never know, man. Back then, a lot of spiritual things been happening.
Number 7. When will the apocalypse happen? The Bible goes into great detail about the events of the apocalypse and how the earth and everything in it will be laid bare. But what has spawned much speculation is the mystery as to exactly when this all will happen. Over the last 1,000 years, there have been over 80 well-documented predictions of when the world would end, based on Christian scripture. According to scripture, this fabled day will occur at the conclusion of a period called the Millennium. Throughout history, people have used this writing to predict potential apocalypses. For example, in the year 1000, Christian armies waged war against various pagan countries, killing thousands, in order to forcibly convert people to Christianity before the Day of Judgment. But scholars have argued that it is unlikely that the Bible literally meant 1,000 years. The Apostle Peter enigmatically wrote that, "With the Lord 1 day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as 1 day."
They killed a bunch of people to convert them to Christianity. That's why I found
Number 6. When was Jesus born? Most
Big Brother
theological
Yeshua.
historians believe that Jesus Christ did exist,
He did.
whether or not they believe he was the Son of God. There is therefore a large amount of scholarship focused on learning more about his life. This field is seriously complicated by the fact that it is a complete mystery as to when Jesus was born. In the Bible, it is directly stated that Jesus was born during the reign of Herod, when the first great census was taking place, the logging of every individual in the Roman world that required Mary and Joseph to return to Bethlehem. But this couldn't possibly be true, as Herod died well over a decade before the Great Census took place. Consequently, whilst we can assume that Christ was born somewhere around the beginning of the 1st century, it is impossible to work out exactly when. Historians also agree that it is highly unlikely that Jesus was born on the 25th of December. This date was popularized as Christmas more than 300 years after his death, potentially to tie in with the winter solstice festivities.
Jesus was not born on 25th of December.
Number 5. The missing books of the Bible.
Book
At
of
over
Enoch.
783,000 words and 1,189 chapters, the Bible is one of the longest texts ever written. It consists of 66 separate books, but surprisingly, this is meant to be 83. At least 17 books have mysteriously disappeared from our modern Bible, and no one knows what happened to them. We know that the books existed once because they are referred to in other parts of the Bible. For example, Chronicles 29:29 mentions the records of Nathan the prophet and Gad the seer, both of which seem to have mysteriously disappeared. Speculation is rife as to what could be included in the missing books, with one line of thought being that what they taught did not necessarily correlate with the desired Christian message, and they were deliberately omitted.
That's why they say the Bible is the most corrupt book, because they messing with things. They leaving things out that they don't want people to know.
Number 4. Was Jesus married?
Nah.
The idea that Jesus could have been married is one that has spawned much discussion and controversy over the years, even providing the focus of the hit Dan Brown novel, The Da Vinci Code. The theory is that Jesus married Mary Magdalene, a woman who is frequently mentioned in the New Testament. Moreover, this is alluded to in a scrap of papyrus unveiled in 2012, known as the Gospel of Jesus' Wife, which forensic analysis concludes does indeed date back to biblical times.
I didn't know
The
that.
Holy Bloodline of Jesus theory furthers the marriage hypothesis, suggesting that the couple actually had children, whose descendants can be traced through the following centuries and may even be alive today. However, this
didn't know
notion
that.
is widely disputed in the Christian community.
Nobody knows what Yeshua did. Nobody.
Number 3. Jesus' missing years. One of the most puzzling mysteries about Jesus is what he did between the ages of 12 and 30. Historians don't even know which country he was living in. There are numerous theories about where Jesus could have lived. For example, it has been suggested that he lived in Kashmir in South Asia. He became a disciple of a Buddhist master in Japan, or joined a secretive monastic sect in the Judean desert. These theories have been drawn from a variety of places. The idea that he visited Japan is one steeped in local tradition and is based on a set of supposedly ancient documents that were alleged to have disappeared during World War II. According to British legends involving King Arthur, Christ even supposedly visited Britain and deposited the Holy Grail there. However, there is no solid archaeological evidence supporting any of these claims. Number 2. The Lost Wealth of Ophir. Mentioned several times in Genesis, Job, Kings, and Isaiah, Ophir is a mysterious city famed for its wealth and splendor. The Bible describes it as a land of invaluable plenty, where gold, ivory, and precious stones were in abundance, and beautiful peacocks roamed its exquisite gardens. Archaeologists believe that Ophir was once a real location, as they have found fragments of 8th century pottery with inscriptions detailing the gold of Ophir.
It looks like Hebrew.
The question remains, however, as to where Ophir was located. The presence of peacocks suggests it could have been in India, the bird's native country. Yet large quantities of ivory points more to Africa, where the ivory trade was booming. It seems likely that, due to such conflicting and limited evidence, OFIR's location will never be revealed, nor will the answer as to why it disappeared and what happened to its myriad of treasures. Number 1. Where is the Ark of the Covenant? Described in the book of Exodus, the Ark of the Covenant is the gold-covered wooden chest containing the 2 stone tablets of the 10 Commandments. Throughout history, there have been a number of claims of people having either discovered or possessing the Ark. One popular hypothesis is that it was buried at Mount Nebo in Jerusalem by the prophet Jeremiah, as was mentioned in 2 Maccabees. However, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church argues that it is currently keeping it under guard in their treasury, where no one but their monks can visit. The Lemba people of South Africa and Zimbabwe also lay claim to the Ark, saying that their ancestors carried it south, calling it the voice of God and hiding it deep in a cave in their spiritual home, the Dumge Mountains. But no one has ever been able to uncover it.
Hey guys, hopefully you were intrigued by this video, and if you were, you might want to check out 10 fake documents that changed the world, because you know what? Jesus doesn't look the way you think he looked, and it's all because of a fake document. So be sure to check that out, and we'll see you again next time on All Time 10s. Cheeky little sign off.
That was very interesting, honestly, you know. I didn't know a lot of those things, to be honest with you. So let me go ahead and bring up some conspiracies. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, he's a conspiracy theorist, stuff like that, you know. The government hides a lot of things. They probably found the artifacts, they probably found the treasures, they probably found everything. Why do you think there is billionaires? Why do you think there's people so rich that their ancestors will still have money and don't have to work a day in their life? There's things like that you have to think about, you know. The government got all of that. If not our government in America, it's either governments in Russia, China, stuff like that hidden from the public. So it's all about having a spiritual awakening, you know. Since these things are kept from us, God is the only way that can lead us to, you know, spiritual awakening. And that's another video. Not gonna get much into it. But hey, dude, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, thumbs it up, subscribe to the channel. Want to see more reaction videos from me, of course. Share the video around the web if you found it entertaining. And hey, man, if you guys want me to react to any video, please do send them to me in my Instagram, Twitter. Doesn't really matter. Just send them to me, you know. Just send them to me. I would definitely give it a look, give it a peek, see what it's about. This one was very interesting, you know. So me not knowing much about Christianity, I might pick up a Bible, might go buy one, might read a Bible, might see what it's about, because this do seem interesting. I am very interested about biblical things. So anyway, love you guys. I'm out. Peace.